been heartbroken.
Yes.
Was that the problem that you need to solve in order to become?
Yeah. Well, heartbreaks is one of the toughest. I think it's up there, one of the tough. Like either heartbreak or losing someone you love, as in like death or something like that.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to all that is one of the hardest thing to deal with when it comes to life, and that's where you either break or you don't. There's no in between. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
Oh, my girl left me, now she's with someone else, or maybe the guy that I love or the girl I love is gone, or maybe my parents in my case. You know, the way to deal with this is by getting into yourself. And the way to get in yourself, what best way can you get into yourself than going in, training, forcing yourself to push through the dark. When you're going in, you don't want to get up, you don't want to go out of that bed to go push, run, all them things. It's going to be hard, but when you do push, all the other things become easy.
Yeah. What's that about?
Jack Fitzgerald is so basically one time he did say to me, we were playing football. I used to play football. I wasn't really good at it. I move about for a bit. People just breaking me up, and obviously I think the way I used to play back home in Eritrea is completely different as well. That's another topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just wasn't my thing. I could never perform on the pitches. It was just different.
I play for Nahom Road. I play in loads of positions, but mostly in right wing. I was born in Eritrea in Africa. I moved to Dublin in 2009. Football is important because I enjoy it so much and I love it. And I don't get stressed when I'm in the pitch, so it's just like it.
But I got to the point where I said to myself, I need to learn how to fight. I need to learn how to discipline myself. So then this Jack Fitzgerald comes in. At the time, he lied about this, but then he did say, I do kickboxing for this many years and I have this many belts. I was like, really? Okay, let me try it. So I went in, and after that, I never just looked back.
What was the first gym you went into?
Living Eye at the time.
Yeah, is that still, are you part of that?
It's still part of that. That's my home gym.
And now you're with SBG?
I'm also training SBG. My MMA would be based in SBG. My striking would be with Dublin Combat Academy. Mixed martial arts it's a lot. It's not just one sport. There's a lot of sports that you have to mix.
Yeah.
Because it's a fight.
Yeah.
Some people will be really good at kung fu, boxing, judo. Some be masters at jiu-jitsu. So you have to kind of find a way how to beat any style. You have to adapt. No sport like this. You have to adapt. If you can't adapt, you will be found out. Okay. So yeah, I try my best to fix all problems and all holes that I have, and I cover them as soon as possible.
When we talk about your aunt, the different fighting lifestyles, I guess, like the different mixed martial arts, and we talk about your corner now, your coaches. How important is that to you? Like, who's on your corner?
You know, like, that is the thing. Have you ever heard of the saying, you know, when you win, everybody is gonna be with you.
Yeah.
And when you lose, maybe your family is gonna text you, okay? And your best friends are gonna be like, you're all good. Especially when it comes to fighting, right?
Yeah.
So, as you said, you mentioned corner. It's very important to know who your corner is. And as much as, you know, everyone wants to celebrate when you win, when you lose, not many people do. When you're successful and when you're rich, everyone wants to do interviews with you. Everyone wants to do all this with you. But when you're just like me, trying to make it big one day, and the people that really want to help you then, these are the real people. For me, these are...
So that was leading to my next question. Winning, losing, what do you feel like when you're... It's a stupid question, but how do you feel like when you're winning?
First and foremost, like it's not a stupid question because you have me talking my truth and I'm real with you. So yeah, there's no such a thing as a stupid question.
So how does it feel like when you're winning? What's the attitude towards it and after it as well? Likewise with losing.
Listen, there's nothing like it. You're about to go in to fight a guy that's about to kill you, that has been training for that many years. that is doing this professionally, there's nothing more scary. But the highest of the highs, the lowest of the low. You can go in there and win and feel like you're on cloud 9. When you lose, now you're not talked about. Now, nobody cares if you're okay the next day.
Yeah.
Everyone just remembers, oh, you took an L.
Yeah.
You know? You can look at every superstar that we had. They were a champion at one time. When they lost, they're no more. The new guy is the champion. He's the one that has the limelight. So it is a really heartbreaking sport. It's not for the faint-hearted.
So how do you prepare for that? Like, how do you, when you know it's time, or when you know if it is a loss, or if you know it's time to stop, you have this attitude where it's you can actually, you're so confident, you have this ability that, you can't stop.
Like when you're training every day, as I said, when you're pushing yourself every day, I can't break. No matter what life brings to the table, I cannot break. I'm just thinking, what's next? What do I do next? Where do I go next? If I can't find that out, I don't know what I have to do, but I'll have to try find it out. So there's not at one stage, there's no point where I'm going to stagnate. That's not in my mind. I think that is vital for everyone.
Yeah.
You can't break yourself. Life will throw you stones, will throw you a lot of hard things. And sometimes you'll feel weak, and that's okay. You'll feel you want to cry and you want to crumble. You just want to go to bed and not talk to anyone for days and days, and that's okay. But you're going to have to face it.
Yeah.
And that's what real people do.
And how is it like with your coaches? Obviously, when we spoke about your family, your auntie, and now your coaches, SBG, John Kavanagh, and also Dave.
Kylie and Craig, yeah.
Yeah, Craig, Dave. How is that when you're down and you're low and you're not feeling today to train? How do you come out of it? How do they help you as coaches?
As coaches, you kind of have this connection, so they will know. So if it's time where I'm so tired and I don't want to keep going, they'll push me. You best believe they'll push me. Come on, what are you doing? Keep going, or else you're gonna get 50 burpees. You're gonna keep going. But there will be time where, let's say, my auntie's sick. Then family comes first. They will understand.
Yeah.
So there's a special connection right there between coaches.
Yeah.
Like when I'm fighting and I get hurt, they will say, keep going, push. But if I do get really bad hurt where I can't even move, they'll throw the towel. So they will know. And again, I'm not saying this to scare the people away.
Yeah.
And what we do is a methodical sport. It's not such a vicious sport, but at the end of the day, it comes with risks. So coaches do a great job of knowing that, calculating that straight away. Do I need to push or no? It's a little bit too much. So that's why it's great to have a great coach. Anybody that wants to have a great coach, come to Dublin.
Yeah.
Dublin Combat Academy or SPG Ireland.
So that's actually my next question. Like how that transition. You're fine under the Irish banner.
Irish and Eritrean.
Yeah.
Irish and Eritrean.
Yeah.
I have the Irish spirit.
Yeah.
And the Eritrean soul.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about that.
So the Irish have a love for mixed martial arts.
Yes.
And Eritreans we're born fighters.
Yes.
So how has that impacted you? And actually, like being in Ireland,
well, look at my record, bro. Flawless. #1 mixed martial artist in the UK. I'm probably moved now a little bit from inactivity, but like I've became this silver medalist in Europe. I have not being arrogant. It's just stating facts. I am the double-time champ Clown Wars. I am the FFC champion. So how has it affected me? I'm not so sure, but I'm doing good so far.
Yeah. There's a fine line between being confident and arrogant.
Yes.
How has the people have they received you through that? How do you?
I don't really take too much. I don't get too much attention on people because, as I said, I'm so focused on my team on the corner, because outside noise will always be outside noise. They will say I'm shit one day, the next day I'll be good, the next day I'll be nice, the next day I'll be mean. So nobody comes out safe. You'll always be a meme. So I really take myself outside that box. But the difference between humble and cocky is I know I am humble. The reason being is, you've seen me training yesterday.
Yeah.
I got worked.
Yeah. Well,
I got worked.
Yeah.
So I know there will be a day where somebody can do that to me.